Owning a gym looks simple from the outside. Rent a space, fill it with equipment, and watch memberships roll in. Walk into any gym on a weekday evening and every machine is taken. The floor is loud, and there's a line at the desk. It looks like the easiest business in the world. But that busy hour is the most misleading moment of the day. A gym isn't really a fitness business. It's a subscription business that happens to have dumbbells in it. Once you see it that way, both how gyms make money and how they quietly go broke start to make sense.
Part 1.
Not all gyms are the same business. Budget chains charge $10 to $25 a month, pack a warehouse-sized building with 5,000 to 8,000 members, and profit purely on volume, with minimal staff. Traditional commercial gyms charge $40 to $70 and offer a weight floor, cardio equipment, and classes. Luxury clubs charge $150 plus and sell lifestyle and amenities more than workouts. Boutique studios build a small space around one style of class, charging $50 to $150 or selling class packs. And one-on-one personal training studios sell a coach's time rather than a membership at all. Each format is really a different bet. Money from many people paying a little or fewer people paying a lot. Part 2. The real cost isn't the equipment. The expensive part of opening a gym is converting an empty building into a space that can legally hold sweating bodies. Landlords typically want 3 to 6 months of rent as a deposit before any renovation starts. Impact-absorbing flooring runs $10,000 to $40,000. Locker rooms and showers need moisture-proof materials and plumbing, another $10,000 to $50,000. Floor-to-ceiling mirrors can cost several $1,000s installed. The biggest overlooked cost is ventilation. Codes require roughly 20 cubic feet of fresh air per minute per exerciser, so a 5,000 square foot floor with 100 people at peak needs over 2,000 cubic feet of air pumped in every minute, often a full HVAC overhaul costing $10,000 to $50,000. Add licensing, insurance, marketing, and a cash cushion, and a mid-sized gym can need $300,000 to over $1 million just to open the doors. Equipment adds more. A commercial treadmill costs $2,000 to $8,000, and a gym needs $6 to $12 at minimum. Strength machines run $1,000 to $5,000 each, with 12 to 20 needed for a full floor. Total equipment costs for a mid-sized gym land between $40,000 and $250,000. Owners then face a choice: buy outright and drain cash reserves, or lease and pay ongoing interest, often around 8% annually. That adds up to more than the equipment's value, with payments that continue even if the gym struggles. Part 3. Location is narrower than it looks. About 80% of a gym's membership comes from within a 10 to 15-minute drive or transit ride, not from the wider city. The income level within that radius has to match the gym's pricing. A $150 a month club won't survive in a budget neighborhood, no matter how nice it is. Rent in dense urban areas can run $25 to $120 per square foot annually versus $12 to $20 in rural areas. So picking the wrong side of that gap locks in a rent bill the local population simply can't support. Part 4. The real business model: paying without showing up. Here's the core insight. Imagine two types of members: one who works out 3 times a week, and one who signs up in January, comes twice, and never returns while still paying monthly. The second member is more profitable. The active member uses hot water, wears out machines, needs laundered towels, and takes up floor space during peak hours. The inactive member costs almost nothing while their payment keeps arriving every month. Industry data shows roughly 2 out of 3 members rarely or never use the gym they pay for, and that isn't an accident, it's the model. Buildings reflect this. A gym with 6,000 plus members couldn't physically fit even a fifth of them on the floor at once. Fire codes typically cap a gym floor around 200 to 300 people. The space only needs to accommodate the fraction who actually show up, not the number who pay. A gym full of daily regulars would need a far bigger, costlier building to serve the same paying membership, so the in-use membership is quietly one of the most profitable customers there is.
Part 5.
The January surge and the summer crash. About 12% of annual gym signups happen in January alone, driven by resolutions, and gyms lean into it with discounted joining fees and heavy marketing. But the wave that comes in fast leaves fast. Roughly half of new members stop attending within 6 months, and up to 80% of January joiners have stopped showing up by summer. February is typically the highest risk month, when initial motivation fades before habits form. Experienced owners treat January's cash as a reserve to carry them through the slow summer, rather than spending it as if it were permanent revenue. Part 6. Franchise versus independent. A franchise offers a known brand, proven layout, standardized systems, and bulk purchasing discounts on equipment, but it isn't free. Franchise fees typically run $20,000 to $60,000 up front, plus an ongoing royalty of 5 to 10% of gross revenue, and about 2% more into a shared marketing fund. Independent owners keep every dollar of profit, but get none of the built-in brand recognition or support. Part 7. Why people keep paying without going? Psychology reinforces the business model. A membership feels like a promise to a future self. It also functions as a commitment device. Paying is meant to force attendance, and inertia keeps people from canceling, since quitting means admitting the plan failed. Gym design plays into this too. Simple layouts reduce intimidation. Mirrors placed carefully can motivate without overwhelming beginners. Lighting is chosen to flatter or calm depending on the room, and faster music helps people push through workouts with less perceived effort. All of it is designed to keep members emotionally attached, whether or not they ever show up. Cancellation is deliberately harder than signing up. Many contracts require written cancellation in person or by certified mail, plus 30 to 60 days notice, guaranteeing at least one more billed month. Failed or expired payments account for roughly 30 to 40% of cancellations, which is why gyms run entire teams dedicated to chasing down failed billing. Regulators have started pushing back. A 2024 federal rule requiring easy cancellation was struck down on procedural grounds in 2025, and some cities, including New York City, have passed their own click-to-cancel rules with steep penalties. The very existence of this friction reveals that a large share of gym revenue comes from people who wish they weren't paying. Part 8. Hidden costs nobody budgets for. Playing music in a commercial space legally requires public performance licenses from multiple rights organizations, typically totaling $1,300 to $4,000 a year combined. Skipping this risks statutory copyright damages that can run from $750 to $150,000 per song if a court finds willful infringement, far more than the license would have cost. Beyond that, heavy daily use wears down equipment fast. Expect $1,000 to $3,000 a month in repairs, plus $1,000 to $6,000 a month in utilities for ventilation, lighting, and hot water. None of these costs look dramatic alone, but together they erode the margin owners count on.
Part 9.
When the model breaks. Even massive scale doesn't guarantee survival. Bally Total Fitness became the largest health club chain in the U.S. by locking members into long-term, car loan-style contracts, a model that looked brilliant on paper. But aggressive sales tactics triggered consumer protection lawsuits and accounting scrutiny, and the company filed for bankruptcy twice within a year before being sold off in pieces. 24-Hour Fitness followed a similar arc. It didn't fail because people stopped exercising, but because it carried too much debt relative to actual cash flow. In both cases, full parking lots said nothing about whether the underlying financial structure could hold. At its core, gym profit is just monthly dues times the number of members, minus fixed costs. If fixed costs, rent, payroll, equipment payments, utilities, insurance, software run around $30,000 a month, and the average member pays roughly $89 a month, everything above that break-even point becomes profit, largely fueled by members who keep paying but rarely walk through the door.